Welcome to the Salt Circle Podcast. My name is Hank. With me is Ben. From the future of right now. I guess the past.
I'm gonna
this
warn.
Recording.
No, I'm in the.
Ooh,
I'm in the future compared to you. You should prepare for like a beautiful sunrise. It was really good here. I assume it'll be the same.
Probably exactly the same.
Same qualities. In honor of this arc of Dragon Ball Super, I'm going to spend roughly between a third and a half of this podcast flashing back to traumatic moments.
I thought you were going to say, spend a third of your time speaking with a British accent.
No, I was so focused on all the flat. Like, we get it, Trunks. Everybody's dead. We fucking get it. People died. Whatever. Who gives a shit?
I realized I fucked up. We didn't watch that movie, The History of Trunks, where you get to see him going Super Saiyan for the first time. That's what that's from. But it's also, you get it. It's not. You're not also like.
Yeah. No,
it's not unclear what happened.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought this was overall like pretty good. It didn't quite get to the highs that I thought it would, admittedly.
Sure.
I thought like early on I was super invested. I thought the intrigue around, like, we get future Trunks. I'm like, okay, I'm in. I'm on board. Fucking Pilaf gang, like, getting soap opera about it, like freaking regular Trunks out was hilarious. Why did you name both your kids Trunks? Did you forget about the first one? That was great. And then, like,
the part about that makes me lose my mind is at the start of one episode, the narrator is like, is Trunks gonna be pushed out by himself? I'm like, he's fucking like 8. Calm down, narrator.
It's so funny though. It's so good. Yeah, Trunks just distraught. Doesn't know what the fuck is happening. And I thought
this fucking kid Mai is all crushing on adult Trunks.
Yeah. I mean, that's all well and fine. It was weird when Trunks got
it's weird, but it's fine.
I have no issues with a younger character crushing on an older character, because like that shit happens. When it's like when Future Trunks was getting like emotional with her, I'm like, I fucking, like, on one hand I get it, because like you just watched Future Mai fucking die, or so you thought, but like, bruh, fucking chill. It was weird. But like,
also she's an adult who's been turned back into a kid.
Yeah, I've been thinking.
Everything is extra weird.
I've been taking a lot of copium
so
on that.
I'd rather like just not have to think of. I just wish. It's just weird, and I wish I didn't have to think about it.
I do. I mean, I thought to we talked about it a little bit before, but like, especially in this arc, I was thinking like, if I suddenly got turned into like a 10-year-old or whatever, like, what the fuck would I do? What do you do? Because like, even when you wait, even if you're like, okay, no thinking about romance or anything until I'm at least 18. But even then, you're like fucking, I'd be like 50 something or whatever, you know? It's still like, it's such a disconnect. Like, it would be a nightmare situation, honestly, in that regard. But yeah, the strategy is just to fucking not think about it.
The show is not thinking about it either, so don't worry about it.
Clearly
not put that much thought into it.
I mean, clearly what happened is that as part of them turning back into kids, they also got kid brain, like everything was wiped over time. Clearly,
Pilaf is still like really smart.
He's just always been that way, dude. I do think that's funny. Like his fucking math explanation was incredible. And the teacher's like, that's so long and unnecessary, but you got there. And then the fucking teacher like freaking out at all this shit happening, and Vegeta's like, grow a spine. What? There's what happening? There's aliens
You're gonna
and time
fucking
machines?
work here. You gotta fucking be able to handle it.
Yeah, dude. Oh man. No, I like all the setup stuff was like super fun. I think the fight itself would have like the fights would have been okay, and they were early on. Partially because of the intrigue, like who the fuck is Goku Black? Like what the hell? Also, what a shitty name. No imagination. They couldn't just call him Goku with like 2 U's.
They need it for that scene where Trunks can go, "Don't shoot. That man is not black."
Holy shit.
Which is a thing that happens.
I didn't even fucking
in the
connect
dub.
that. I didn't even connect that.
No, they
Holy
100%. They knew what they were fucking doing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He says, "Don't shoot. That man is not black."
Oh, that's incredible. I didn't pick up on that at all. I remember the line. I remember it happening. I just didn't in the moment. Oh,
Yeah.
that's incredible. Really, I
in
think
Dragon Ball.
like Zamasu ruined everything. He talks so damn much, and it's just the same point. He's not elaborating or like adding on to his shtick. He's just repeating himself. I'm like, you gotta fucking do something else.
Yeah.
But
The thing with Zamasu, yes, I should say Zamasu. That's what they say in the fucking dub. That's what they say, even though I've been reading the manga. The thing with Zamasu is he's like a normal shonen anime villain. Like he's more like I don't know. I don't know if this is I don't know that I remember true, but I think of him as like, hey, this is the arc where they have a Bleach villain as as the antagonist, and then the next arc, because the next arc is gonna like introduce a bunch of characters that are like from other universes that are like tropes from other kinds of shonen anime. So this is like the start of Dragon Ball versus things that aren't Dragon Ball. Is kind of how I think about it. But he's super boring.
So yeah, and that's what I like. Dude, we got fucking like Beerus was such a good villain. Like, that was such a fucking good like concept.
Yes.
And then we just get in. I'm not even. We've talked before. I'm not opposed to the whole idea of like mortals being a mistake or whatever. The problem being that I don't think we've ever encountered it in a way where it could even feasibly like be followed through on. Like, yeah, that's cool if the Celestials like fucked up and like they need to wipe out humanity or whatever, but like follow through with it. Unfortunately, this is a comic, so like that's not gonna happen. This is Dragon Ball. It's not gonna happen.
This is Dragon Ball.
Also,
you know what's gonna happen? That guy's gonna get punched.
Dude, and that's the other thing. Like, just his take on it was so boring. It was just such a boring. At first I thought it
is Fallen Deity 101.
I thought
there's no subversion to it. There's no trick. He's just that trope.
But even in that trope, he's boring. Like even following
it.
Like
there's no. I would've. It's level 1. He's level 1 deity who hates mortals.
I could have tolerated it if it was even like a more nuanced fall on the way down. Like, because we got like some debate, right? We got like that god philosophy shit between him and Gawasu. Mm-hmm. I was there for it. And it like didn't do anything. Like,
the best part of this arc is when Beerus shows up and fucking Hakai's Zamasu, and the worst part is that that's not the end of the story.
Dude, I was like, I thought we were gonna find out that like Goku Black was a different thing or something, and like Zamasu. I don't know. That him blinking out and then shit still happening. I was like, okay, the time ring absolves me from any changes made.
Oh God.
Shout out.
I mean, it's established in Dragon Ball that changing the past does not change the future. That's like true to the future Trunks arc.
Not
They don't
that.
actually
Not
change
that.
the
Not that.
But sure.
Like that Zamasu should have died or whatever. Because he was supposed to be the same one. He went from the different.
No.
I mean, they made it sound
But
like that, certainly.
The thing is, by killing Zamasu, Beerus just created another timeline where Zamasu was dead. But the timeline where Zamasu lived still existed. Because that was unchanged.
Right. I don't know. It's like it's messy.
They don't make that super clear, but that's what happened.
Like, I know, because we got the stuff about, like, oh, you're doubting what I did? Like, I killed Zamasu.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine. And, like, I understood that. I'm like, yeah, obviously, you did in this timeline.
No.
But then we also got to, like, having two Zamasus, and we get the little monologue about, like, I'm wearing the time ring. You can't do shit to me, even if it's in my past. So he created, like, a third Zamasu, kind of. The dead one, the live one that was supposed to be dead, and then I don't know. It was meh.
Yeah, it's like how there was another Cell that Trunks had to kill after they had killed Cell.
Huge shout out to the fucking music that accompanies like all of the philosophical debates.
Mm-hmm.
I love that shit. That shit was so good.
Sure.
It made me hyped for those scenes, even though they were kind of dumb. After a while, Kawasu just made such shit points. He was doing like nothing to defend mortals. Like you have
just
this,
like don't be evil, bro.
You have he's like you're debating a god who is quickly turning to the dark side, and your advice is like sometimes it just be like it do. Like it's not helping at all. There's so many arguments.
I don't know. I like it in that like. The point isn't to fucking convince Zamasu that, like, he's wrong. It's like, Gosu believes him to be a good person, but he's not.
Yeah, like he was putting...
It's not about logic. It's about that he's just a fucking psychopath.
I guess. And see, even then, like, it declines so quickly. Because, like, at first, he's, like, questioning it. He's like, I've been thinking about something lately. And then, like... 5 minutes later, he's like, gods were a mistake. I'm the only thing that's pure or whatever. I'm like, that's fine if that's the end stage of this. Yeah. But like
he quickly goes from
it's so fast.
Mortals suck. They have to all be killed to also I have to kill all gods.
Yeah.
They also have to all die.
The resolution.
But yeah, he's just not interesting.
Yeah, no.
And I think it's exacerbated by my actual problem with this arc. I think it's paced poorly. They go back and forth between the timelines too many times.
Yeah.
For one, that's like the main tell. And the reason I was reading the manga, because I just needed to know, like, in the manga they do not go back and forth between time as many times. Like a lot of the artificial pacing issues are anime constraints that are I think the reason it happened is in the anime, which is not true in the manga, they wanted Goku to be in every scene, whereas in the manga certain scenes happen concurrently but Goku isn't in one of them.
I can get behind that a little bit. I like Goku.
Like when they go to confront Zamasu, and like and the investigation to figure out who he is, Beerus and Whis are doing that without Goku being there, and Goku is in the future fighting Black like concurrently to that happening.
Okay.
So you're cutting between two different tracks. So that makes the story like more compelling. But I don't know. I kind of get why they're like the approach of Super is this is the Goku show, so we gotta have Goku in all the scenes. We're not cutting between two different places where Goku. We're not cutting to a place where Goku isn't. We don't have confidence in doing that or whatever. That's just not what the show is. So I guess I don't know. There is a lot of fucking Kid Trunks content in this show also, so maybe that's not true. Like all that stuff is anime original too, and Goku's not in any of that. So I don't know.
Yeah,
it's plot stuff. Goku's around.
I didn't mind the pacing too bad, but
sure.
I think they show their hand too early. That like.
Yeah, I just think not enough happens in the plot for how long it takes. So it like becomes so much more clear that like Zamasu's completely empty because you're just stuck hearing him say the same stuff over again. Where it's like, if we just fought him once and then twice or whatever, like fight him once on like revealing shit and then fight him again to like actually beat him, that would be good. We don't need like these extra fights where nothing is accomplished.
So, yeah.
Like, we don't need Trunks going his weird special mode that accomplishes nothing.
Yeah.
That's also not in the manga.
And see, that's my biggest problem is that when you're going back and forth, and they showed their hand too early, we're like, clearly there's not going to be a thing where, like, there's a power-up and they beat him. Like, that was clear way too early, because now I'm not, like, as invested in these fights. Because I'm like, all right, you guys have done nothing. There's no, unless there's, like, a surprise power-up, which there's been no indication, like there kind of has been when it happens previously. Like, there's going to be something else. So I'm like, every single one of these fights is clearly pointless. Though, I did like the resolution. Like, it was... I thought it was fun. I wish we could have gotten there a little sooner.
Which part of the Omni King the resolution?
Yeah, like Zeno rolling it and being like, "This needs to be cleaned up." Isn't this bad?
It's so much darker in the anime than the manga because all those people, like those kids and Yajirobe hanging out in that fucking bunker, they all fucking get wiped out by Zeno.
Dude, that shit, like, that went full berserk for, like, a little bit. Like, the sky just turning into his fucking face and he's laughing. It's pretty dark.
It's crazy. Like, they built up all these side characters, and they're like, oops. Toriyama didn't write this in. All these characters are gone. We didn't pay enough attention to what was going to happen to them.
Yeah.
We forgot to get them out.
But I like
because like in the manga he's already killed everyone on Earth. Yeah. Everyone's dead.
Okay, yeah, that makes.
So it like makes more sense for like this to be how that Zeno just blows up the whole universe because all the humans are already dead.
We wasted so much time on the survivors. Like, not even, I don't even care that we wasted time on them and then they died. I care that, like, it's fucking, like, why are we turning this into, like, a dystopian survivor story with Trunks' trauma and shit? Like, why are we doing any of this? That's not, nobody's here for that shit. Or the
spirit bomb moment that then doesn't matter.
Yeah. The spirit
But he
sword.
does, I will give him credit, he does cut Zamasu in half dick first. That was pretty good.
Yeah. No, and then also Goku going back to the future after shit's been wiped out, and like Zeno's just kind of, he's just chilling, he's just floating there.
Oh, that's I love that. He goes because he made the promise to Zeno. He was gonna get him a friend, and he's found the perfect friend.
Dude, I had once again, like, I was thinking about who it could be. And I'm like, I got nothing. We meet, like, Zamasu. I'm like, that doesn't seem like it's the friend. And then, like, Zamasu goes full god mode and he's, like, doing all this shit. And I'm like, that really doesn't seem like the friend. But who else could it be? There's only so many characters. And then, like, second Zeno, I'm like, oh, it's all coming together. It was so good. Together.
The full payoff of the button.
The fucking button, dude. I was... Like, it was so good.
I love when Goku, like, Thanos hands it to him and Goku presses it. And he's like,
I'm right
already here, though.
Yeah.
doesn't do anything. I'm here.
Dude, I fucking
Also, like when he's like, when Zeno's like, shut up.
yeah.
To fucking Supreme Kai, because Supreme Kai's like trying to apologize for Goku or whatever. He's just like, shut the fuck up.
Dude, I live for Goku interacting with Zeno and everybody else like fucking freaking out. Like just absolutely freaking out, and Goku's just like, yo. And he's just chill. It's so good.
That's Goku. That's why he likes him.
Yeah, man. He's like, oh, a nickname. What about Zenny? And everyone's like, you what? It's so good.
Zen-chan is the original. What he's saying.
Oh, Zenny is so much better.
Damn.
Zenny.
Yo, Zenny. Zenny!
Do the thing again. He like lifts him up.
He's trying to like shake his hand, but he's just like,
and then fucking
flinging him around,
dude. And then when like Supreme Kai being all like, he'll play with you for as long as you want, hours, days, weeks, years, like whatever. And Goku's like, ooh, I'm busy. Like I got a thing to take care of. And Zeno's just like chill. He's like, after your busy thing, we can play though, right? Like he understands, people got shit to do. That's okay. Sometimes you're just busy.
Well, Goku does know I gotta find someone else for this kid, or he's not gonna let me leave.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. I'll bring you an even better friend.
Just immediately lying.
Surprise! It's you.
It's like, well, I guess it's Goku wouldn't think of it as lying. He's got to figure it out. But he did make that promise with no idea how he was going to figure it out. It's like how he promised to resurrect King Kai.
It's like how
the dragon has been summoned so many times and King Kai remains dead.
And how, he also just promised to marry Chi-Chi with no idea of what that entailed.
I mean...
Didn't he think he thought it was like a fighting thing, right? He thought getting married was like fighting or whatever.
He thought it was a food.
Or a food, right, okay. I knew it was something.
Like, yeah, I'll have some of that. Sounds great.
Married? I want a slice.
But he agreed to marry her after that, though. Even when he knew it wasn't a food.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He makes promises and then he follows through, but he doesn't know what's up.
As a little kid, he was like, "Yeah, that sounds good."
Yeah, why not?
We learned that Goku has never kissed anyone.
Oh my god, Kakarot!
He's like,
"You're married.
You have a wife and kids."
Yeah,
what does that have to do with kissing?
Fucking
not related at all.
Canonical Goku fucks. He doesn't kiss.
Yeah.
It's just so good. That combined with the fucking Saiyans only go for strong women, and Piccolo be like, that explains everything. Just so much. This is the juicy lore I'm here for, honestly.
I know.
God. Super Saiyan Rose. Fucking Bulma really voiced my opinion on that. Like, really? Rose?
Yeah.
Does it pair well with pasta? It's pretty good. I continue to enjoy Goku, him fighting being a drug habit. He gets the fucking shakes. Oh, just one little fight. Just please. Just one punch. Come on, just a little tussle.
Which tells him that about the guy's like, yeah, he's in the top 5. Don't fucking try to fight him, Goku.
You could just see Goku's doing everything he has to hold back.
He's like, oh man, this was worth it. I got to see someone really strong.
Man. Yeah, there was a lot of, and see, that's the thing. There was plenty of good shit that like it didn't. This didn't bother. It's
there's,
not like
there's no structure to them getting stronger at all in this.
That
arc.
bugs me. That still bugs me. That's what I'm here for.
There is some in the manga. They talk more about like there's just an idea of like perfecting blue.
Oh, okay.
That like it's like an unfinished. They've been using it in an unfinished form that expends more energy, and there's more talk about finalizing it. So that's like what Vegeta accomplishes by his training time in the hyperbolic time chamber.
Mm-hmm.
So he figures it out. So there's also more structure to it than we get in the anime, where blue is just
there.
The problem is like they've never hinted at a downside of blue, and like the characters are not past it. We don't even get Goku. Does he even use Kaioken blue?
No, he does not here. I believe.
Yeah.
I don't.
Because that's also, I think that's also an anime only thing.
But that's so
Kaioken
fucking cool.
blue. Yeah,
I love that shit.
That shit was good.
The only
like
thing,
so, but because it's anime only, like they can forget about it.
Yeah.
The problem.
The only thing we get with like perfecting blue,
like really, this arc is about Trunks. Like Trunks is the one who gets stronger.
Yeah, nobody gives a fuck about Trunks.
I mean, he gets the kill, like sort of before Zeno.
What?
He gets to use the spirit bomb. He's the one who uses the spirit bomb out of nowhere.
And could he have used the spirit bomb without?
He gets to use the Mafuba because he learned about it from Piccolo's YouTube tutorial.
The Mafuba fucking phone video is so good. It's so fucking good. Piccolo's like demeanor in that video is like incredible.
That's how you use the evil containment wave.
Also the bit with Roshi and like the turtle. I'm retired.
Turtle getting fucking Goku practicing the evil containment wave on Turtle. It was fucking
screaming.
This time in special, I loved it. The turtle going ah! The like shot of turtles just like getting sucked in, and just like the subtitle I had on just said screaming.
Yeah, dude, it's so good.
I'm supposed to be retired.
Yeah. Oh man, that was good. No, I was gonna say the only thing we kind of. It's not even that we get anything about perfecting blue, but you could, if you think about it, which I didn't, you could infer that like that kind of needs to happen, because they mention it with Golden Frieza, right? Where they're like, "You didn't even perfect the form; you're just going in raw." It's a bad idea.
But that's like that's fucking big words if they haven't perfected blue yet by that either.
Yeah, but they're at least better. Yeah. They're aware of the concept. In theory, not that we're told.
Yeah. We do like Vegeta does get stronger. He does fare way better against Rose after the training. But that ends up not mattering kind of either, because then like
none of it matters. Honestly,
Fuse Zamasu happens.
Yeah,
and then Vegito happens.
Vegito
just doesn't last that long to get anything done.
Yeah.
He like kicks ass and then it just ends. You're like, oops.
Highly disappointed, by the way, with the I know that technically it's a Zamasu fusion, but like the fact that it was two different bodies and it just looked like Zamasu with like different hair ish.
Sure.
Super fucking disappointing. On par with me breeding two Pokemon in silver.
I mean, he then became half like purple melting.
That's like that's not the fusion. Like it's because of the fusion. It's not the fusion though.
It's just because he's like half dying.
Yeah.
He's only half immortal. They also handle that thing. That thing like just is completely different in the manga. How that works.
Oh really?
Yeah.
How does it work in the manga?
So they cut him in half, and then there are two fused Zamasu. And then he gets shot, and so it's instead of like getting bisected and he's in the sky, they like chop him up into bits, and then all the bits like turn into fused Zamasus.
Oh, wild.
They're just like a fucking army of them.
Oh, that's totally different. I was gonna say I liked how they handled it. I thought that was a good.
It was very like I thought of Onslaught being freed from his physical form.
Yeah. No,
I like the the villain is just like is now the sky. He's just laughing. Like that's fucking good.
it was
like
it was
what
very
the fuck
solid.
do we do now?
They're just trying to fucking attack the sky.
Yeah.
No, it was solid shit.
Yeah.
Bulma's stuff with
Yeah,
the time machine, pretty good.
I think the arc doesn't live up. I think that first episode is like super intriguing with the introduction of Black, and like you feel like the stakes are high, and then the saga kind of doesn't live up to the hype.
I would
that you
agree.
get at the start.
I would agree for
And so-
sure.
and like the intrigue doesn't feel like it all pays off
Yeah, it fizzles
as much
a
as you
little.
want it to.
Yeah, for a bit there, it's like super addicting. Like I was pounding through these in the first section, and I'm like, oh, I wanted to get, I wanted those answers, and then I got the answers, and I was like, eh.
There's a detail in the manga that's different is in that they don't recognize Black as Zamasu from his energy. They actually start like trying to like figure it out.
Oh,
And that involves them talking about, okay, what deity has a dangerous ideology? It's all people talking about ideology in Dragon Ball. I'm like, man, this is not what I expected. And then they ask Supreme Kai, and he's like, deity who hates mortals? Maybe it's Kibito. That guy didn't like mortals. That fucking had me dying.
yeah, that was really like you sending that page.
Right,
That was
you're
pretty
correct. Kibito is an asshole. It'd be so much funnier if the villain of this arc were Kibito.
good. Man.
That would be fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I think the Zamasu isn't funny. There's like no joke to it.
Yeah. And like I don't
And
know.
he's not compelling. He's just not compelling.
Well,
I also don't like his dub actor, but
see.
as
Yeah,
much as the Japanese actor.
You don't like
but-
Lord Piccolo from Dragon Ball Evolution?
I mean, I mostly think he's miscast. Like, I don't think that
Yeah.
voice fits that character.
See, and
as much
I
as
liked it.
anything.
I enjoyed it. It resonated with me.
Sure.
It's also, it's just weird that, like, based on what we're told, Zamasu's thing seems to be, like, a super recent development. Like, he went through all these different levels of shit, and, like, apparently has been fine until now. And even in the beginning, like, Goasu is like, this tea is made by one with a pure heart.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, later, the tea is clouded. Like, the tea doesn't fucking lie, apparently.
No, then the tea gets... But by the end, the tea is pure because he's pure evil.
Yeah, but, like...
It's like when Vegeta can go Super Saiyan because he's pure of heart.
Yeah. Yeah, he's pure something.
Pure evil. It's not clouded by... at all. He could fucking ride on the dark... Nimbus cloud.
Oh my god. Yeah, the dark Nimbus.
Like
is so
Mercenary
good.
Tao.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah. There's some good animation in there, but
Oh,
the
for
fight,
sure.
the structure of the fights just isn't
Yeah.
where I want it.
Yeah. No, and that, like, combined... There was a bunch of elements that, like, if you removed it, it would have been totally fine. Or the pacing would have felt much better.
Yeah.
Again,
Like they double up on Goku forgetting shit. Like he forgets the sensu beans at first, and then he
Right.
also forgets the tag for the Mafuba.
Yeah.
And
Gotta
like
keep the
again in the
plot
manga, because
bouncing.
they only do that once. Like he's only forgetting the tag. They don't have the extra sensu bean thing. I think in the anime, like Zamasu like grabs the sensu beans from them and destroys them. They don't forget them.
Yeah. I just love how sensu beans are like the thing.
I just don't understand how they never have any anymore. I watched Dragon Ball. Goku was scarfing them down. Yajirobe was just eating all of them. And now they're like, we got like 5.
Yeah, you can take the whole batch. It's like 5 beans. I mean, I guess it would have to be like there was a fucking stockpile, right? And they just burned through all of them and they're slow to make otherwise. It has to be that.
I don't know.
It has to be that.
Yajirobe's living there. Maybe he's just eating all of them all the time.
I mean, based on how many you fucking ate when he first got there.
Yeah.
Bitch is grabbing
to the point
fistfuls of them.
inflating.
Yeah. Goku's like, you only need 1. Him with like 40 in his mouth. What? I'm hungry though. Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like
Chi-Chi or like a Bulma pulling out the old Cell's old time machine.
that's very good. We gotta. Oh right, no, I was gonna say we got a throwback, and I was trying to remember what the hell it was, but when they were talking about the original evil containment wave, we get like the flashback with the Pilaf gang. They're like, holy shit, what a callback.
Yeah, man.
So good.
They remember King Piccolo.
Yeah, they fucking do. They summoned. they brought him here.
Released him.
They released him. Summoned, released. It's all the same thing.
Off screen, they opened.
yeah.
Never showed
cooker.
on screen them finding his thing. His rice cooker.
What was the fucking other thing? Oh right, the stuff with Gohan. We get Pan, like fucking
Pan stuff. God, I
Trunks'
fucking love
sword.
I love Pan so much.
Oh, it's so
They were
good.
trying to take his sword from him, and he's fucking terrified. He's like, this baby is so strong."
Yeah, he's like losing that fight.
Yeah. Pan's just fucking loving it.
Fucking the great Saiyaman chasing her, the evil baby.
Evil baby, I will catch you.
And he's like, what the fuck is wrong with this Gohan? Like, he's such a little bitch. And then later he's like, oh, he's happy. I see.
Uh-huh.
Dude, the bit
Gohan I knew was not happy.
As much as I hate Trunks, like going through all of his trauma shit constantly, the bit with Gohan at the end, where once Gohan learns like why he's back,
yeah,
because after the dinner he's like, oh, I totally forgot to ask him why he came back, and they just left it. And then when he finds out, like that got me. I didn't want to feel things, but him like waving by, it made me feel shit. I got a little choked up. Because it's still, I mean, at this point, honestly, even the parts that, like, going through Z and original Dragon Ball and now this, even the parts that are like, we've been here for so fucking long that it's, like, full investment, Like,
yeah.
Even, throughout Z, I'm like, why the fuck are we focusing on Gohan so much? I'm not here for that little bitch. But like now, I'm invested. I'm invested in all these fucking characters. Like, I think if I go back, which I plan on it someday. I think maybe I might, instead of redoing Kai, I'll go to original Z, just as a side thing while playing shit or whatever. Because I can't do the Planet Namek arc straight up.
Yeah, fair.
Like, I think I'll be more invested in Gohan. In that, now that like I've gotten through it, I've gotten the why the fuck isn't it Goku out of my system.
Sure,
but it hit. It did hit. Yeah,
man.
Future Trunks
good mileage out of that fact that I'm so deeply invested in this series.
Yeah. Future Trunks, though, I don't know, man. Still kind of don't care.
Sure.
Partially because it's like the separate timeline thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would have been more invested if they didn't have the angle of like saving this timeline and having the survivors and like all this trauma and shit, and we have to defeat them because it's the right thing, like all that. Like I would have been more invested if they were like, yeah, that timeline doesn't matter, but like I want to fucking fight him. That would have gotten me more.
I mean, that's ultimately
that
what the show cares about. It kind of pretends to care about the other thing.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm like. What are we doing here? I know this isn't you. We got a tournament arc coming up. Like, get the fuck out of here with your morals.
God. Yeah, that's the thing. We have like, we're only gonna do like 2 more podcasts on Super.
Yeah,
I think. But it's gonna be like more episodes than we've covered so far.
Oh, you're gonna split it. You're gonna split up the last arc.
No, I'm not. There's a lot of build up. We have
okay.
cooldown from this arc to cover, and then build up to the next arc, and then the last set is going to be literally the start of the tournament.
Okay.
Which is like
50 episodes, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that. It might be closer to.
I thought it was like 50 or 60. No, it says the last shit is 55 episodes. Future Trunks episode
saga.
Yeah.
You mean?
Yeah, Universe Survival.
We're not starting at the start. That'll get pulled into next time. Some of those episodes.
Okay. Because we did. I guess we did what, 20 episodes?
I don't remember how many we covered for this time.
Well, no, it must have been 20. It was 47 to 67. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Because the future, we're gonna do like 28.
The Future Trunks saga on Wikipedia it lists 30 episodes. So I see.
Yeah,
I see.
Yeah.
I forgot that we like
those 8 episodes.
Yeah, cut off.
Which are kind of some of my favorite episodes of Super because they're like filler.
Hell yeah, dude! That's why I'm here.
This next batch is actually has some of the most important episodes. So,
I do
it'll be our last Bulma episodes because Bulma's not at the end of the show.
Oh, that's fucking weak.
Yeah, man.
That was actually the thing I liked about the other tournament arc we had.
Bulma is,
dude. I think I've mentioned it
in a productive way. Unlike
the
Namek Saga.
Yeah. I mentioned that I think in the tournament arc for Super. Like, I like how it doesn't forget. Like, just watching the characters chill there was cool. So that kind of sucks that doesn't repeat.
This whole rewatch of Dragon Ball for me has so much more crystallized. Like, Bulma, how much Bulma sucks in the Namek Saga specifically, and like how much that's colored like my perception of that character and like the fandom's perception of that character.
Yeah.
And like how she's handled. Even like in stuff, I knew she was different in OG Dragon Ball, but like specifically in Z and then like how they handle her in Super. I'm like way more positive on it.
Yeah.
In general, just because it was like that was a black mark on that character because of how what it like just had her there just to complain. Basically treating her like Chi-Chi. But like Super doesn't really do that at all.
Dude, like none. Like she's in it. She's
covering for the guys.
Yeah,
to
man.
Chi-Chi specifically.
Dude, that was so good. Like in the fucking bushes. No, I haven't seen them. What do you mean they're out? What are you doing here so late? That shit was so good. Like she also doesn't want to deal with it.
And then Goku shows up. He's like, "Did you cook all that food for me?" Oh, you're the best, Chi Chi. I'm so hungry.
Dude, that's like everybody's hungry. I love it.
Yeah.
I do want one.
Thinking to provide food for everyone in the future.
Oh yeah, all the capsules and shit.
Yeah.
I want one minor thing spoiled for me.
Sure.
Do we ever fucking see Super Saiyan Rose again?
Not in the material that exists.
Okay. It definitely felt like a one-off thing. But I'm like, it's kind of weak that it's Goku's body, so technically it should be possible. But, like, it doesn't seem like that's coming back. Unless it's like a game with Goku
it's just blue,
Black.
but it's Zama's energy, so it's different.
Yeah, but it was...
It's like it's just the mixture of blue with, instead of like the divine energy Goku's getting, Zama's divine energy, I think.
If only that would
It's
have
not
been
like
explained.
it's not actually like it's a different thing because Zama's energy is different.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense, but in that moment, they make it just sound like another level.
Mm-hmm. Sure. I mean, that makes sense because they're calling it Super Saiyan Red and Super Saiyan Blue, and then Super Saiyan Rose. You got another level, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not. It's just his version of blue.
Okay. I see. I mean, that's fine. Like, I admittedly, I wouldn't want to see it.
And then his hair is
Goku.
white when he fuses, just because. Fuck it.
Yeah. his God attacks were like kind of shit.
Yep.
I don't know. They're meh. Meh. Remember that one time we had a villain who turned people into candy?
God, Majin Buu is so good. We get that shot of Majin Buu napping?
I don't remember that. I don't remember that at all.
Maybe I think of something else.
I just remember fucking Boo and Mr. Satan in the last arc or whatever.
Yeah. We get Mr. Satan this arc, but not Boo, I think. Mr. Satan's just hanging out with Pan and Gohan.
Right. He's being Grandpa Satan.
Being a grandpa. Yeah, I know what I'm thinking of.
Okay.
I was watching some other thing.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, man.
There was a Boo shot that made me happy.
I'm pretty stoked. With the move cutting down on physical shit, but my copy of Dragon Ball Fusion is on its way.
Hell yeah.
And I'm fucking ready.
Hell yeah.
I'm super stoked for it to probably end up arriving like when Pokemon comes out, and then I'll have a hell of a choice to make. Be double fisting game consoles while I'm watching Dragon Ball.
Also, Persona 5 came out on the Switch. You could play that.
I'm thinking Persona is going to be a Steam venture. Because I got that Steam Deck coming at some point. The package with Dragon Ball Fusions is like the test package to make sure shit actually makes it here.
Gotcha. Yeah. If you're getting the Steam Deck, then that's the way to do it.
I would honestly, even with the Steam Deck, I would have considered Persona 5 on the Switch, but I've already purchased Persona 4 Golden on Steam, and my heart really wants all three of those games on the same system. I don't want to. Okay. I don't want to have it dispersed. And also, graphic fidelity and all that bullshit.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, sure.
That's why we play Persona, man. For the graphics. I mean,
Definitely.
okay, not the graphics.
I feel like
but Persona.
load times are going to be the big thing. The big difference between when I
I
played
watch.
specifically when I played the PS4 version to the PC version. I feel like that's going to be the big thing. I don't know how the load times will be on Switch at all.
I think they're worse. I watched the Digital Foundry thing, and it seemed. I think it was Digital Foundry. No, it wasn't Digital Foundry. Never mind. I don't know. It seemed fine, but like they said after a certain point, like after whatever a certain dungeon, I forget which, like stuff kind of hangs a little. Like the shit gets too intense, and then it starts like being a little wonky on performance. But otherwise, it's like it's pretty good. It looked playable. Like it didn't look so bad that I wouldn't consider it on the Switch.
Sure.
But yeah, man, stuff's fun. Games, shows, Dragon Ball. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've become so comfy in Dragon Ball. Like I'm here. I'm in it.
We're going to have to take a little detour before we can continue with Super, though.
You motherfucker. What?
We're going to have to watch the Broly movies.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I think we got to do it as a night though.
Yeah. We're going to do all three. We're going to skip ahead a bit to do all three Broly. Just watch all three Broly movies on our own and then talk about them.
Hell yeah.
You need to get the original Broly experience before we start getting Broly variations.
Yeah, no, I'm good for that. I mean, I was admittedly it could be off-air content, but like I'll air it. Honestly, I was thinking like last night cuz we're still settling into our schedule here. And I'm like, man, do I have to bring up like the idea of doing like a reduced schedule podcast or like not a hiatus immediately, but something? I'm like, I woke up this morning. I'm like, I'm not doing a reduced schedule. There's too much shit to watch. We got all these Dragon Ball movies. That shit I want to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm just so hyped on it. Even when it's not like at peak, it's still so much fucking better than other stuff. Like it's just super enjoyable. It's what I need. It's what kids crave.
It's what I crave.
You're a kid.
Like, even if I'm like, I don't want to watch the Super I have to watch for this episode, let me watch some other Dragon Ball material.
Yeah, I was gonna say this fucking guy is like, I finished all this shit like right away again, and you're like, can I extend my deadline, please? Like, yeah, fine. That's cool.
Yeah, man. And then I watch it all in one day anyway.
Oh, too good.
It was just a mood thing. Like, once I was in the right mood for it, it was just, it's done.
Yeah, but dude, I feel it.
I just sat here until it was finished.
I fucking feel it entirely. I'm trying to think what the do you happen to remember? It's another classic case of I don't remember my own life. What was the fastest I burned through episodes in Dragon Ball so far, if you remember? I have no idea. I think maybe it would have been Z. Like the first arc of Z or something. Maybe? I think. Because I remember, or like the last arc of OG Dragon Ball. Possibly. I remember one of them, I was like, I made the joke about see you tomorrow, and then I was like, yeah, I'm done. I actually did the one night watch, like immediately. I just can't remember when. Anyway, yeah, I think that's it for me.
I think that's a
Dragon
podcast.
Ball.
Yeah,
it was a good one. Dragon Ball's good.
Dragon Ball is good, even when it's not. Well,
even when it's not great, it's good.
Yeah, I feel that way about Super, and I feel that way, and I just love Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball. I don't feel that way about GT though. So I feel I can't wholeheartedly say it because I legitimately don't like that one show.
Sure. Sure.
But yeah, Salt Circle Pod. Salt Circle Pod on Twitter. Salt Circle Podcast at gmail.com. Anchor.fm/Salt Circle. I'm on Twitter at Comic Panels.
I'm not on Twitter, thank God. Don't have to deal with Musk verse. I won't
Not going to get any of that Musk on you.
Yeah, that shit doesn't wash out.
It's fine. If you're on Twitter, you're already scarred.
Yeah, that's yeah.
That was my like
Used to it.
I'm gonna stay till it gets bad. It's like it's been bad.
This has been bad. Yeah, this was. I don't think this was ever good, guys. Are we the baddies?
Peace.